everyone. This is Hannah Hanley, and I'm joined by Nate Ganna. We've both worked in the alcohol industry for over a decade. Through the years, our partnership has grown, and we now work together on several projects. We're excited to launch Caviar and Chips podcast, meant to educate on what is happening in the alcohol industry, including trends and news. We'll also give regular updates on our own lives. As we get into this, we'll add interviews and more segments. Let's go. Okay, we're back for episode 7 of Caviar and Chips. We have yet to have any caviar and chips together yet, but we will soon.
Can't wait for that day.
Welcome back. Hi, Nate. How's your day going?
Fantastic. Great start to the week. We're going to be busy this year. I'm excited. How are you?
I'm so good. Yeah, recovered from the big 40th birthday bash. So yeah, I did a surprise party for my husband, for Rory, and he was very surprised. And Nate came, and he was like, "Nate's here."
You know what? He cried. I was genuinely touched. And then he pulled me to the side and he said, "Dude, a lot of people have bosses and they don't care, and you came here and you showed how much you care, and that's another level for me." And I was like almost moved to tears when he was saying that. I was probably a little bit too drunk to be moved to tears at that point, but he was awesome. It was so nice to see that. So you are a great wife.
Oh, thanks. It was awesome. We had about 100 of our closest friends show up to our local little beer and wine bar on the island I live on. And he was super surprised. Rory's sister came in from Montana. His best friend, Cody, from Denver flew in. We had some friends from Salt Lake that flew in, and he was definitely crying, which is like, yes.
The craziest thing is you first of all, you do have a ton of friends. It's insane. Second of all, I learned that guy can two-step like nobody else. He can like crip walk.
Oh, yes. Everyone came over to our house afterwards, and I am not going to lie, things got a little blurry.
It's a little crazy.
I had ordered 150 tacos from Taco Bell, and then we brought the tacos back because I was like, oh no, 150 tacos is too many tacos. And then no, there's a guy behind you.
Tacos is a lot of tacos.
It was a lot of tacos. And and then we made a shit ton of pizzas at the house, and Nate made me open the Blantons, and he gave Rory a bottle of Casa Dragones, which Rory has yet to drink any of, but we almost finished that night because we were not sipping it. Unfortunately, we were shooting it.
We were shooting it.
Which was super fun. Mm-hmm.
It just got a little crazy. It just got a little out of hand, but it was so much fun. By the way, you live very far from civilization.
I told you that I live far away.
Holy smokes. I'm not even going to lie. I landed at 2:30 and didn't get to the party until 5:30. You live far.
Yeah, wow. You were walking in and I was all hammered, like, now we're leaving. Get in the car.
Yep. Yes, you were. But I got to say, clutch play was not only the tacos, but you have a lot of frozen pizzas.
Well, I bought those with the plans to cook a shit ton of frozen pizzas.
It worked.
Yeah. I don't think I ate anything that night, but and I didn't drink any water that entire day, and I was hungover for about 6 days, but it's fine.
Yeah, you were. Wow. You were hungover for a couple of, I think, a week there.
Yeah. Well, I had and I don't drink very much anymore. And on Thursday night, my sister-in-law and her friend came, and we drank a bottle of wine because we were having pasta. And then I woke up the next morning. I had to get an IV. I was so hungover. So I don't know what's happening to me, but if anyone has any hangover tips, I will take them because I'm nearly 40 and it's showing.
I think you're just not drinking, which I think is a great thing.
Yeah, true.
Honestly, I'm in the same space right now of toning it down significantly. I think that there's occasions to drink and there's occasions to get drunk, and it doesn't need to be a random Tuesday. So,
or Thursday.
Well, Thursday's a little more excusable than Tuesday. I'll give you that.
Yeah. But luckily, I have a friend who works for this company called Salt, and they come to your house and they do an IV. So she came.
Wow, that's sick.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Worth it.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm
If
thinking,
anyone in the Northwest needs an IV, Salt, I think it's a franchise. So she does like our area. And then they have nurses in Washington, Idaho, Montana, Oregon, and I think Nevada too now.
good for
So
them.
I know. Isn't that a cool concept?
Very smart. Very smart.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Yeah.
get into it. What do we got on the docket?
Okay. Well, first thing in the alcohol industry news that I wanted to chat with you about and kind of just get your opinion on is just overall sales of RTDs. So the end of year reports are starting to come out for companies that are publicly traded or companies that are doing the reporting. Nielsen typically won't come out until February, and then control states we won't get that data until March or so. But in the meantime, we did have some reports about the kind of the main RTD brands. So I'll just run through them and you can kind of give me your thoughts. So Twisted Tea overall, they have increased by a good percentage. So like 34% up since 2023, and then a 10% increase at the end of last year. So Twisted Tea. Have
Really,
you
I
had
didn't
one?
realize that they were doing that well. Good for them.
I know. Have you ever had a Twisted Tea?
Oh yeah.
They're
Oh yeah.
delicious.
Fantastic.
They
Hi.
remind me of college, because like it was college era and now they put them in cans, I
What is the
think.
ABV on Twisted Tea? Let's
I
find
don't
out.
know. I feel like it's a 4%, maybe
Oh, I
5%.
thought it was way higher.
Is it?
Hold on. Uh, Twisted Tea is an ABV of hard iced tea is 5%.
Yeah.
They also have a higher ABV version called Twisted Tea Extreme, which has an 8% ABV. And
Yeah.
they also have a whiskey drink called Twisted Tea Sweet Tea Whiskey, which has an ABV of 32.5%.
That's got to be like a bottled
That
packaging,
has
not canned, right?
that has to be.
Yeah. I mean, Twisted Tea is a longtime contender in the RTD world, right? Are they malt beverage based though? Or did they switch to vodka or something like that? Well, I guess they have the whiskey one. It's got to be malt. Um, so then next on the malt list is Truly, which is Sam Adams owned. Um, and they are down a lot. So down 20%.
Adam's getting crushed.
Yeah. And then down with their core Truly brand. So they have Truly like tea. They have a ton of different Trulies, and those are malt based as well.
Truly's
Um,
getting destroyed. I mean, the
mhm.
landscape is really, honestly, like you can keep going, but I'm gonna have my opinion after this.
No, go ahead. Share it.
High Noon is just dominating, so it doesn't
Yeah.
even make a dent compared to what High Noon's doing. They're insane, dude.
Yeah. So Sun Cruiser's up next. They're rolling out currently, and they are a vodka iced tea. They are let me they are also Boston Beer Company owned. So I think that's kind of Boston Beer trying to come into the spirits based side of it. I'm guessing that the alcohol is made by that distillery in um, Delaware.
Oh,
Uh, um, I mean, they just launched, and so it'll be interesting. They are saying that their market share is down, but that's just not, I mean, down 0.3% or something, and they're just rolling out. Next on the list is High Noon. So, can you guess what High Noon's uh, increase year over year from 23 to 24 was?
200%.
No, which is actually kind of shocking. So, um, up 30%.
Okay, that
Yeah.
is surprising. I would have
Yeah.
thought a lot more. As you know.
They were up 62%, 23 to
Okay.
24.
That makes more
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
This is market share. This isn't volume of sales. So,
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, I should have clarified that. Yeah.
wow. Okay. Then I'm not surprised. Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is the most interesting to me, Neutral and Cutwater. So those are AB brands, and they are up a 50% market share.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
So
water
I
is
think
really good.
it is good. And they have such a huge portfolio, right? Of different types, really something for everyone. Low sugar to white Russian, like
I did
kind of
not know.
everything across the
Wow.
board. So
Okay.
that's interesting.
Well, look out for
Um,
us because Olay
mhm.
is coming into the market this year.
I'm excited about that.
Yep.
Um, talk, I think we've talked about Olay, but talk about it more.
So we are a tequila-based RTD out of Canada. We wound up selling to Mark Anthony, which is White Claw, and they have plans to bring it into the U.S. market for 2025. And I think we are going to kill it in the U.S. market because it's by far the best tequila-based RTD in the market. There's not even a comparison to the quality that we have, which is why we got bought. It's going to be a really great time. I'm very excited to see what we can shake up in the industry because all I see is High Noon just dominating in absolutely every bar, restaurant. I mean, people are drinking High Noon at restaurants. They did what everybody in the RTD spaces wanted to do, which is making it commercially acceptable to have cans inside a restaurant, and they're killing it. Everywhere you go in Nashville, it is literally High Noon everywhere. And I think that we have the opportunity with Olay to be one of those groups that gets into restaurants as well.
Yeah, I mean, the tequila version of High Noon, I would say, is not as good as the vodka version, but Olay is tequila based, and they are so good. So,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
yeah. Okay, and last on the list is Monster. So Monster Brands
What?
remains weak,
They
which
have an
we would
RTD?
expect. Okay, I tried to look that up also. Monster, it's Beast Unleashed and Nasty Beast hard tea. The interesting thing is all these hard teas, right? Like, I don't see that as the future trend myself, but I don't know. You know, the original hard tea was Owl's Brew, and they were actually started as a tea mixer, and then they came out with an RTD, and this was like probably in 2017 or 18, and unfortunately, it just petered in and didn't hit the market in big enough format, but it was really good. I'm like, it's interesting that like that trend has now kind of like full circled almost 10 years. I mean, it's been 7 years, so
Wow.
yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, good for them. I mean, Mike's
Mhm.
Hard Lemonade. You know, the thing is, Anthony Von Mendel is the owner of White Claw, or the large majority owner of White Claw. He's been in this game for so long, so I think he's seen every trend. But he started Mike's Hard Lemonade, which
Yeah.
really started RTDs way back in the day. You know,
Yeah.
I think you see this test of time here. I think RTDs might actually help bring back liquor, if I'm being
Oh,
totally honest.
yeah. Yeah, totally. We were talking about High Noon. So Gallo is High Noon, right?
Yep.
And I think it is interesting. So Gallo just partnered with Spritz Society, which is a wine-based RTD put together by Boy with No Job, Girl with No Job, Claudia Oshray, the Toast girls, Claudia and Jackie Oshray. So it's kind of interesting.
Are you kidding? I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, so they and Spirit Society has not had the greatest distribution, kind of like New York, Florida, which is where obviously their audience is mostly spend, I would guess. They have had some interesting influencer partnerships where they did a partnership with like Lauren Bostic from the Skinny Confidential, sold that out. They did one with like Clausen Pickles, which I think is interesting too, like a pickle wine cocktail. I'm like, okay, kind of weird, but I guess we'll
I don't know,
see. We'll
man.
see how Gallo, yeah,
I thought
performs.
I was skeptical about. You know what would be awesome is if the original Pickleback would
Yeah.
do their own. If they did their own RTD, it would fly.
I think they are. Aren't they working
Really?
on that?
That would be so
I
cool
think
if
that
they
was
were.
in their innovation plan. I feel like someone told me that. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be
We'll see.
so sick if they were.
Yeah.
That makes total no brainer.
Okay, I got the straightaway 12 pack of RTDs from Costco. Ended up getting two of them. They were the teeny
Okay.
cans, the little baby cans. They are full strength cocktails. So espresso, nitro espresso martini, you shake and it goes full espresso martini. And it's not like Bailey's style, like really good Manhattan, old fashioned, Negroni, like daiquiri, Mai Tai. These were the best canned cocktails, like full strength though. I mean, 15 to 20%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. We tried that one. Remember when we were in Seattle before battle? I had the mini can.
Yes. Those
Yeah.
were awesome.
Yeah.
That's
So
where it was from?
that's straight away, which is Portland based.
Wow, good for them.
Yeah. And they do sell the straight away margarita and old fashioned on Alaska Air flights. And it was funny when they did the rollout because people are like, these are strong. So
Yeah, wow, good for them.
while we were talking about vodka, one thing we didn't talk about in our kind of pre-show discussion was, did you hear that Tito's is leaving RNDC in California and going to Reyes?
What?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's gonna be a bomb for RNDC to drop.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
I don't know. I mean, that's 1.5 to 2 million cases, 9
Case.
liter equip
Oh my.
9 liter equivalent cases of Tito's moving from RNDC to Reyes.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Wow, that's millions of dollars lost by RNDC there. Oh my. These distributors are just playing this
Mm.
game of the lesser of two evils, and
Yeah.
it's going to cost them at some point. Like, it's insane, the battles between Southern,
Yeah.
RNDC, all these companies that are Breakthrough, like all of these companies, it's just one of those situations where it's the lesser of two evils. Like, that's crazy. How did
Yeah.
they lose that? Wow. How do you not care enough to keep Tito's, the biggest brand in the world in
Hmm.
liquor, happy? That's
Yeah.
insane.
I was doing a quick calculation. So let's say a 9 liter case of Tito's costs, I'm going to go low, $20. That's $30 million in revenue.
What?
Yeah. That's a lot.
Oh my God. And that's going low. For
Yeah.
a case, that's going low.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
if it's
probably more like
50,
$60 million,
yeah, probably.
right? Because a nine
Yeah.
liter is a 12 pack. There's no way it's $20.
Yeah. I mean, probably not.
No, it's probably
But
40.
yeah, if it's so it's probably $60 million in
Oh
revenue.
my God.
Yeah.
And they can
It,
do it because they're big enough to do it.
I mean, Tito's is the brand, right? So they have the pick of the distribution network, and everyone's going to keep ordering it. It's not like it's going anywhere. So
Wow. They
huge
are
for Reyes. I don't know anyone at Reyes myself, but I
yeah,
do think it's just
that's
interesting.
a game changer for Reyes, though.
Yeah.
Makes you think what they're going to
Uh,
do. Wow.
yeah. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out with RNDC
Wow.
layoffs and staffing. And
Oh, massive layoffs for sure.
I've seen a lot of memes.
Really? Send me
Yeah.
some. I didn't even
I'll
know
send
this
them to
happened.
you.
Wow.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Nate, we're at 20 minutes here, and we have vowed to keep these episodes a little shorter for people per some people's requests. So
Hey,
let's I know. Hey, I love it. 20 minutes is like a slow mile walk. So that's a
yeah,
good
there
one
you go.
mile walk to your coffee shop while you're listening to Nate and Hannah
Nate and Hannah in the morning.
reporting to you live. The weather outside
Okay.
is sunny.
It is sunny, which is weird for Nashville at this time.
Oh,
It's freezing.
is it?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
All
thanks
right.
for joining us for another episode of Caviar and Chips. Find us on all the social channels and please like, subscribe, give us feedback. We would love to hear it. Tell us what you love. Tell us what you hate. Tell us
Tell us everything.
what Nate should eat for dinner. All of the things.
All of the things things. We should do caviar in the next couple of weeks. So let me work on getting us caviar.
Yeah. We should have done it at the birthday party. That was a fail. That's okay.
That was
Instead, we did Taco Bell.
Taco Bell with caviar would have been sick. So we'll do that next time.
I love it. Awesome. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye.